goodness. There we go. All right, everyone. Time for some Titanfall 2 multiplayer. And we're going to be taking a look at Amped Hardpoint. Now, I'm going to run through what Amped Hardpoint is for anyone who may not be aware. So, Hardpoint from Titanfall 1. You know, we all know, we all love the game type, right? It's essentially King of the Hill, where you move into the point, you control it. But Amped Hardpoint requires you to stay in the point for as long as you possibly can, and you earn double the points in that time frame.
And that just really encourages team play and actually playing for the objective, which is something that not necessarily all game modes do. You do get that guy maybe sitting in the corner. He's going to be punished here. He doesn't get away with that in Titanfall 2. You're already seeing the back-to-back action kicking off. All points really bringing a lot of pressure. The gamers, they're pretty ready for this. They've been getting themselves set up, pumped up for this one, and the map looks gorgeous. Let's be honest here, if you played the original Titanfall, you got used to seeing, the verticality coming in. The maps still hold up here in Titanfall 2.
Oh, 100%. We're actually going to be taking a look at Darkness 429 now. For those of you guys who may not know, Darkness pretty much made his channel on Twitch off of the backbone of Titanfall. I tuned into this dude when Titanfall first came out. Absolutely incredible player, and he's known for his keyboard and mouse skills. But yet, don't get it twisted, people. He's equally as talented with the sticks, with the controller. And now we have Point B being taken over here as they're looking to get this control down.
Now let's take a look at this map as well as to what we're seeing so far. A couple of nades coming out, but really the map progression is lovely. It looks like B is the more contested point. That's kind of the 50-50 split here. Already one team does have a lockdown on that. And you can see Jericho doing some damage in the background, already picking up a couple of kills. One towards Cartoons there. And again, B yet to be fully captured, still having a couple of players trying to go back in for it, but it is open. And that's where you might start seeing those Titans, once they get called in, just turning the tides here. But it's still quite early into the game.
And here's the thing, we were just checking out Darkness. We're looking at Darkness right now, and they're in a bad position here. 114 to 77. Titans haven't come out yet, and that's when the action gets hot and heavy. But they do not have possession of B and C point, and currently they're being amped up, which means they're earning double the points and just continuing to add on to that scoreboard there. You can see our team here coming right back into the action. Sniper with Jericho and the crew.
Yeah, and you can see a little bit of a disparity. Some players, some going for the aggression, trying to go for those player kind of, I guess, battles. Vikkstar coming out the victor in that one too. And you're seeing a real composition of difference of weaponry, although at the moment the R201 does seem to be a little superior in this kind of close combat. It's got a nice touch of range to it too, but I know players will have their specialties in this. I felt the brunt of those SMGs, those snipers coming through as well. They certainly have their place here. Yeah,
and of course, taking a look here at Sniper, who's going to be using the Spitfire. And the Spitfire, it's a devastatingly strong SMG. Dare I say it's actually like one of the better guns in the game. One of my favorite guns to use, actually. Very, very vicious weapon, and in the hands of the right person can do a lot of work here. Nade's flying in all over the place. Sniper Wolf has to stay alive here as she is looking to amp this hard point now. Making progress over, though, and Vikkstar is going to get the pick there on Swifter. He will not be able to stay alive there. Jericho will pick up a kill of his own on, I think that was Titanfall Legends there. And now we're on board with Darkness. Just picked out Speedy, but Jericho makes short work of him.
And that's the B point all over. It's action-packed, non-stop. And I think we're going to see the first Titan coming in, actually. You can see it being called down right here, but already a couple of issues coming through. This is not going to be easy. It's going to be contested. Players are going to struggle to get themselves in that. It is going to be fought over. But there you see it. The first Titan has entered the battle.
Here we go, and I believe this is going to be Vikkstar's Titan here, if I'm correct. Yes, this is going to be Vikkstar's Titan, so he is going to do a lot of work here. Keep in mind, the other team has not been able to pull out their first Titan as of yet. Trying to grab a hook onto the Titan, though, for that time being, as we jump over to some action. As things calm down here on the side, just trying to get control of the situation. Vikkstar finds X Factor and a rodeo as well, so this is not going to look good. You can pull out one of those battery cores, and that will not be a good look here. Swifter goes in for the rodeo as well. This is not looking good for Vikkstar and his Titan, although he is still able to pick off a kill there on X Factor.
Smart work from him, though, to disembark from the Titan, kind of pull himself back in. He's unable to take those rodeoing players down. He's still struggling from that. He's going to take damage over time from this, but already you can see the effect this can have. But there is another Titan on the field as well. You're seeing similarities here, though. If you play Titanfall 1, you're going to see the Vortex shield. You saw it just up then as well, and there's that grappling hook. That's what we wanted to see. How does it allow the players to get towards these Titans? You can see once again the movement so fluid, so aggressive, and already, though, the punish coming out from LAA there.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Darkness right there was actually trying to grapple hook onto the Titan because, as Drew had alluded to before, you can grapple the Titan, you can grapple your own opponents. You actually saw that in the first trailer that we saw for Titanfall 2, and that was actually pretty hype as well. I squealed like a little child. So, you know, I think that is just a couple of the elements that the grapple hook brings to the table here. Keep in mind, there are different, equipables that you can use as well. There's the grapple hook, there's the pulse knife, there's a variety of different weapons that you can use to your advantage to be able to give you an advantage on the field.
Yeah, we haven't really seen much from the Pulse Blade just yet, but if you're unfamiliar, it's very similar to almost a UAV style. It does reveal certain positions, but only a very small area. It has to be thrown out by the player. It's player generated almost in that aspect. Again, though, these Titans keep coming in on this B point, and it's still being pretty done. Vikkstar's having a wonderful run here. He's had this Titan a good couple of times now. He's the one playing without, and oh, here comes the challenge.
This is not going to look good here. Vikkstar's pushing in on X Factor. X Factor's in the world of hurt. Is he going to go? And he grabs the arm. He goes in for the leg and absolutely decimates him. What a play there. Vikkstar, look at his face. Just pure excitement. It's like a boy in Christmas. Oh, my goodness. What a play.
What an absolute beast. That's going to open up so many opportunities now. Being able to take away a Titan like that is massive. There's two of them currently up for one team, merely one for the other. And funny enough, the team that's leading have two on the field. It generally just means you're doing better. However, the grapples are coming in. People are challenging this. They're not going to let these guys get away with murder right now. They want to allow them to get back in. And even those infantry soldiers on the ground, those pilots are going to be struggling. You can see the vulnerability spots, but you can't break them down so easy.
Yeah, Darkness ended up picking up Zed there. Vikkstar now looking to do some more damage, switching over to Darkness, who pops out that Vortex shield and looks to go in with the laser core. Laser beam from the chest. Can Darkness survive as he pushes forward? Goes in for the melee one more time. Vikkstar's a savage, absolutely decimating his opponents, and he is at critical state, has to abandon his Titan, but the damage has been done. Cartoons gets the kill, but oh my goodness, Lauren, that was awesome.
You know what? Vikkstar may not be a superstar outside of that like some others up there, but in-game right now, he is the superstar. He's playing out of his mind. You're going to see another Titan coming through. I think that's actually Zed's coming up here, so he's going to get a chance to maybe get some revenge on what happened before. He's got a little bit of shield now to himself as well. However, look at those points. They are starting to build up. One team is really closing into this one. It's not far off from the victory. And, well, let's see if they can pull this one back from the brink. Yeah, this is not looking good here. And just to keep in mind, too, you're seeing these different Titans, right? The Titan you see right here is actually called Scorch, and that is going to do it. GG, as our first game is in the books. But I just wanted to highlight the different Titans because they're so cool. There's Ion, which you actually see Cartoons wielding right now. Yep. And then there's Scorch. Ion has a Vortex shield, has the laser core. Meanwhile, Scorch is the one you saw in the trailer pretty much roast everyone. We'll dive into a little bit more of like what they're capable of doing, but needless to say, you can create some cool combos. Exactly. Now it's time for the Great Escape, however. The losing team does have to try and escape the battlefield. However, the team with the advantage can take down that escape ship, and they can punish them on the way out. You can see it. The objective now is to intercept anyone trying to escape. They're all going to position for this one, and it's punishing, it's brutal. You feel under pressure. You feel every second this comes in. So again, it's not going to be easy to make out of this, and the time's running down here. Yeah, and you know what? Another thing you could do that is back from Titanfall, the original game, is, of course, destroying the ship. Which, one thing I noticed, they're a little bit resilient. Oh, Titanfall Legends just ran in with a melee on Vikkstar. Did not expect that. He's trying to get away, and they are going to be able to do so, despite having 4 Titans. Allier and Vikkstar with huge performances there. 19 and, 14 kills there? Or 17 kills. On the other side, Darkness and Cartoons were the superstars for their team, but they fall 400 to 283. Yeah, Allier was a little bit of the unsung hero in that one. We got to see a lot of Vikkstar throughout that, but actually Allier was pulling his weight and then some. Yeah. Once it felt as though he got the time behind him, he was able to really get back into that battle, and you saw how hard they were having to contest that B point. Again, it does seem as though that's a really, really contested point throughout this map, and it seems so ready for those Titans to play him. But the one thing I've got to say is, I'm a fan of the pilot gameplay here. I'm all about that kind of gunplay in that aspect. And you can see it's still being relevant even with those Titans on board. That's the one thing I loved about Titanfall 1, was the fact that you never had the issue of going, how do I get back into it? Once those Titans come down, what can I do? You knew what to do. Now you've got that grappling hook as well. There's so many options. So yeah, this is this is going to be pretty fun, I can imagine, throughout the day.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, right? I mean, this is a fun experience, right? To be able to play this game for the viewers at home and you know, have it be commentated by myself, a global icon and a national treasure, which I don't blame them. You know what I mean?
The legend.
I would love that as well. You know, it's an incredible experience. No, but all jokes aside, though, I think the cool part about this is that, you know, Titanfall has always had a very interesting challenge of balancing out the different kinds of